Hello everyone. In the previous video we have understand that those decimals which are non-terminating and non-recurring are called as irrational numbers, and we have also proved that by method of contradiction that root 2 is an irrational number. Now we will see some of the properties of irrational numbers which are important for us. So let's see. Now here the first statement is the first property which says that sum of two irrational numbers need not to be an irrational number. When you add two irrational number, the resultant may be a rational or irrational. You will always not get a rational number. Now we will understand this statement by an example. We will justify this statement by an example because here the property says that it need not to be an irrational. That means there are some example which says that the resultant will be a irrational number. Let's understand by example. Suppose here we have 2 plus root 3. Now and the second irrational number is 5 minus root 3. Now 2 plus root 3 is a irrational number because root 3 is irrational and 2 is rational. When you add an irrational number in a rational number, you will get an irrational number because irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. And when you add a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal in rational, again the resultant will be non-terminating and non-recurring. So now on adding 2 plus root 3, 5 minus root 3, both are irrational numbers. Root 3 and root 3 will be cancelled out. You will get 2 plus 5, which is 7. And 7 is what? 7 is a rational number. That means on adding two irrational number, here you are getting a rational number. 2 plus root 3 is a irrational number. 5 minus root 3 is a irrational number. And 7 is a rational number. You can make other examples also in which two numbers are irrational and their addition is a rational number. Now let's see the second property. What is the second property? Second property says that difference of two irrational numbers need not to be an irrational number. This is another important property of the irrational numbers. Now before understanding this property, I am giving you a homework. Your homework is show that the sum of a rational and irrational is always irrational, and second homework is show that the product of a non-zero rational with an irrational is always irrational. Now here when I am saying is always irrational, that means you have to prove both these statements not by any example, because when it is true for all the rational and irrational number, that means it has a general proof. What I am doing here, when the statement says need not to be an irrational, that means in some cases it is not rational number. That means there are some examples. When you have to prove for every rational and irrational, that means proof has to be in general. Now let's see what this property says. Difference of two irrational need not to be an irrational. Now again we will take two irrational numbers here. 5 plus root 2 is an irrational number. 1 plus root 2 is also an irrational number. Subtract both of these. What you will get? Root 2 and root 2 will be cancelled out, and you will get 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. Here 5 plus root 2 and 1 plus root 2 both are irrational numbers. On subtracting, root 2 cancelled out, and 5 minus 1 is equals to 4, which is a rational number. So here both the numbers are irrational, but their difference is an irrational number. Now let's see the third property. What is the third property? Third property says that product of two irrational numbers need not to be an irrational number. Again the same statement. Now here the operation is the multiplication operation. Now again consider two irrational numbers. Suppose I am considering the irrational number root 6. As in the previous video I have discussed that the square root of non-perfect square is always an irrational number. Okay, so 6 is not a perfect square. That means its square root be an irrational number. Now on multiplying root 6 with root 6, you will get 6, and 6 is what? 6 is a rational number. That means product of two irrational numbers need not to be an irrational number. There may be some cases in which we get an irrational number, but there are some examples in which we are getting an irrational numbers, like in the case of root 6 into root 6. Now fourth property is all about the division of the irrational number, which says that quotient of two irrational numbers need not to be an irrational number. That means when you divide two irrational numbers, there are examples in which we don't get an irrational number. We will get a rational number. Suppose here we have 5 root 3 and root 3. Now 5 root 3 is an irrational number. Root 3 is non-terminating, non-recurring decimal, and when you multiply any rational number with non-terminating, non-recurring decimal, you will again get a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. So when you divide 5 root 3 by root 3, you will get 5. Root 3 will be cancelled out, you will get 5. So both the numbers are irrational, but their division is a rational number 5. Now an important result, which says that if A and B are two distinct positive rational numbers, then what we have here, the first result is the result which we have learned in our previous class. That means that says that A plus B by 2 is a rational number lying between A and B, that is their mean. If A and B are two different rational number, two distinct rational number, then their mean is the rational number which lies between A and B. And the second point which is important for us here, that the square root of their product, square root AB, is an irrational number lying between A and B. Multiply A and B and their square root will be the irrational number which lying between two distinct positive rational numbers A and B. This result is very important for us. There are questions in which we have to find irrational numbers between two rational numbers. In our previous classes, also in the previous exercise, we all have learned that how we will find rational numbers between any two rational numbers. We have seen a formula in which we can find 50, 100, 1000 rational numbers between any two rational numbers. Now we will see how we will find irrational numbers between any two rational numbers. But before solving different questions relating to it, let's see some of the other questions which are related to irrational numbers. We will solve a question in which we have to classify the rational numbers and irrational number. Now we have learned about the irrational numbers. Now let's see how can we classify different rational numbers and irrational numbers just by observing the number. The question says that classify the following numbers as rational or irrationals and also give reason to support your answer. Here we have some numbers in which we have to classify which are rational and which are irrational. So let's see the first question. What is the first question? First question is square root of 3 upon 81. Now here we can cancel 81 by 3, you will get 1 upon 27. Okay, so we can write here 1 upon under root 27 because the square root of 1 is 1. Now here what is the square root of 27? Now 27 is a non-perfect square number, and I have said that in previous video that square root of non-perfect square numbers is always an irrational number. Although 27 is a perfect cube, the cube root of 27 is 3, but it is not a perfect square. Here we have to find the square root of 27. That means under root 27 is an irrational number, and you are dividing a rational number by irrational number, which will always give a irrational number. When you divide a rational number by irrational number, then it always be an irrational number because 27 is not a perfect square. Now second question is root 361. What is the square root of 361? Yes, square root of 361 is 19. When you multiply 19 with 19, you will get 361. 361 is a perfect square. That's why under root 361 is a rational number. As we have discussed in our previous videos that the perfect squares and the perfect cube, the square root of the perfect square and the cube root of the perfect cube will always be a rational number, but square root of a non-perfect square and cube root of a non-perfect cube will always be an irrational number. This is a very important result in classifying any number whether it is rational or irrational. Now let's see the third example. What is the third example? Third example says that root 21. Now again 21 is what? Non-perfect square, so under root 21 will be an irrational number. What is the fourth question? Square root of 1.44. So what is the square root of 1.44? Square root of 144, everyone knows, 12. So square root of 1.44 will be 1.2. So 1.4 square root of 1.44 is a rational number, because here we are getting a terminating decimal, which is 1.2. Now question number 5 is 2 by 3 into root 6. Now root 6 is what? Root 6 is an irrational number. So when you multiply an irrational number with a rational number, again you will get an irrational number, because irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. When you multiply any number by a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal, you will always get a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. That means this number is also a irrational number. Now sixth question is 4.1276. Now this decimal is what? This decimal is terminating at a point. That means 4.1276 is a terminating decimal, and that's why it is a rational number. Now question number 7th, the famous number pi, but here the value of pi is 22 by 7. 22 by 7 is a rational number, but the actual value on dividing 22 by 7 you will get what? 3.142857. Again 142857, a recurring decimal. Here this decimal is a recurring decimal. It is non-terminating, but it is recurring. Here the period has 142857. Again 142857. So this decimal, this expression 22 by 7, which is equals to 3.142857 and so on, is a rational number. But recall that the actual value of pi, 3.1415, is a irrational number. This is the approximate value. Okay. This is the eighth question. Eighth question is a decimal which is non-terminating. The value of decimal is 1.2323, and again not 23, 323333. It is non-terminating as well as non-recurring. 2323 is not repeating. After 1.2323 you have 32333. So it is a irrational number. Now let's see one more question. What is the question? Let x be a rational number and y be an irrational number. The question is x plus y necessarily an irrational number? Give an example in support of your answer. Now this example is related to your homework that I have given you, that sum of rational and irrational is always an irrational number. Okay, so give any example that in which one number is rational and other one is irrational, and the sum is always an irrational number. Here you have to only give an example, but in the homework you have to prove that sum of rational and irrational number is always an irrational number. Now let x plus y is any irrational number. Now here we will show that by the example that x is a rational number and y is a irrational number. Let's take x is equals to 2 and y is equals to root 3. Now 2 plus root 3 is an irrational number in which 2 is rational and root 3 is irrational number. So that's all for today. Thank you.